The Argument, The Corner, and The Grove. All 3 stories can be found at www.creepypasta.com. The links are in the description below. Enjoy!
You're the manager for a small store. You hired one of your friends, and you just found out that he's been stealing from the register, stealing stock, and abandoning his post to visit his girlfriend in the back room while he's the only one on duty. And the argument you had with him at the office just didn't settle it with you. You pound on his door. When he opens it up, he goes pale, soils himself, and staggers back, gasping for breath. It didn't impress you, really. You figure he thinks you're just showing up with the cops, until you step through his door to glance to the side, where you get a good look at yourself in the mirror, or at least the parts of you that is still recognizable after that shotgun blast that your friend gave you at the end of the argument. In almost every building, there is a corner. One small enclosure that no one ever looks at. It's the corner in the basement that has been blocked by a disused sofa for years. The thin space in the attic between the wall and the stacks and stacks of crates full of junk you'll never use, but could never bring yourself to throw away. The space that never sees the light of day or any other kind of light at all, where the darkness does not merely dominate, but practically oozes out from around the edge of its prison. No one knows quite how long a space must remain concealed for it to acquire this particular property, nor if there's any specific conditions it must meet. But it is a far more common occurrence than you might think. In newer buildings, when this happens, the residents often report feeling cold when passing by, even in attics during the hottest of summers. Whenever contemplating taking a quick peek to see if there is anything actually there, an unnatural dread seizes them, and they cannot leave the room quickly enough. Once left behind, the feeling passes, and it is quickly forgotten or laughed off. What actually happens in these forgotten sanctuaries of the dark? It is impossible to tell, for while many such corners have been exposed to reveal absolutely nothing, some brave souls have lost their sanity through nothing more than an ill-timed glance. The safest thing to do when encountered with such phenomenon: close your eyes. Rip away the area's covering with a single motion, then keep a tight hold on what you've pulled away. No matter what you feel, no matter what you hear, do not get up. Do not look around, and do not try to cover your ears. You might just be one of the lucky ones. In the heart of the Rockies lies a grove of trees growing in a perfect circle, a grove that, aside from its geometric oddity, appears perfectly innocent from the outside. If one should step foot into this grove, however, the inside will be as dark as any moonless night in those mountain woods, even on the brightest of summer days. Those who have mistakenly wandered into the grove are rarely in any condition to say what happens inside. Many simply never come out. However, if you are very brave, or very foolish, you can attempt to camp within this grove. Go in with your eyes shut tight, lie down in your sleeping bag, and no matter what you hear, no matter what you feel, do not open them again. If you somehow manage to find your way to sleep before the grove takes your sanity or your life, you will awake in the middle of the day to the light of the sun on your face in the middle of a grove that, aside from growing in a perfect circle and containing your heart's greatest desire, is perfectly innocent. If you should step a foot outside this grove, however, they will only find outside to be the dark, moonless night in those mountain woods.